That's how you start your day.
Good morning, America.
Yep, bring your
Sweet D's delicious handmade sweet treats, croissants, cupcakes, custom cakes, danishes, donuts, and more. We bring people together in happiness with our creations. For any occasion in Cape Fear, anytime you want to say, I appreciate you, for any day and in all ways. Sweet D's creativity and care make people smile with every bite. Sweet D's, made with love and care, because when you are here, you are family.
Now, here's Chief Meteorologist Lee Haywood with your Storm Track 3 forecast, brought to you by Atlantic Roofing Company.
And a good Wednesday evening to you. With full sunshine today, temperatures soared into the upper 80s, and it's going to be another very warm day tomorrow. Right now, skies are clear. It is mild. Everybody's in the 60s at this hour. We'll drop into the upper 50s to around 60 with clear skies tonight. And look at this forecast for tomorrow. You got full sunshine, and temperatures will get into the upper 80s inland of the coast in the afternoon. We'll talk about the warmth for late week and a look at the weekend coming up. Your news at 11 starts right now.
You are watching WWAY News at 11.
Why did you shoot my daddy and me?
Now on WWAY News at 11, a 6-year-old North Carolina girl and her parents shot by a neighbor. Plus, a heart attack victim gets to meet the 2 people who saved his life and how he plans to pay it forward. And a special groundbreaking ceremony in Bladen County, how leaders in one town say it will serve the needs of many in one community. Thanks for joining us tonight for your news at 11. I'm Jeff Rivenbark. Last month, a Brunswick County man suffered a massive heart attack. He survived the incident and got the opportunity to thank the men who helped save his life. As WWA's Emily Andrews reports, he's grateful their quick action is allowing him to continue helping others.
It was real odd because I went on a call later, and that's the first time I'd been on a CPR call since mine.
Glenn Hart suffered a heart attack in March, and he found himself on the receiving end of the same critical care he's given to lots of other people. In his 14 years as a firefighter, Hart has helped a number of people facing life-threatening situations, and never imagined the roles would be reversed.
And to see somebody else laying there, even though I'd been on, 50 or 60 of them, that one was just real odd when you go back and you look at it and you think, that's you.
If it weren't for Novant's Airlink helicopter, Hart says his story would have ended a lot differently.
Our main function in this is to shorten the amount of time from either seeing another hospital and bring them to definitive care in the quickest amount of time possible.
While these first responders say their number one priority is giving patients medical attention, they say getting to see their patients again once they've fully recovered is extremely rewarding.
At the time, I don't think we really think about that kind of stuff. I mean, it's more of like just going back to what your training is and what you've done for years. After the call, obviously, that's when you start to think about that kind of stuff. But especially with a good outcome like that, I mean, it makes you feel good about yourself.
All 3 men have worked together on a number of emergency calls before. But Hart's personal medical crisis reminds them of just how critical teamwork is in saving a person's life. In Brunswick County, Emily Andrews, WWAY News.
As a firefighter, Hart says he knows that every second counts during an emergency situation, and he's extremely grateful for the men who got him the medical care he needed as quickly as possible. We have an update tonight on a story we first told you about last night at 11 involving a shooting in Pender County. It happened at the Bojangles on Highway 53 in Burgal just after 9 o'clock. Witnesses told police that someone was shot and he drove himself to Pender Medical Center. Police say 4 people became confrontational with the victim inside the restaurant. The argument then ended up outside where shots were fired. These are the suspects police are looking for. If you recognize them or know anything about the shooting, call Burgal Police. Officials in Brunswick County are trying to find out what sparked a woods fire in Leland this afternoon. The blaze broke out just after 4 in a wooded area off Grayson Parkway. 7 acres were scorched by the fire, with crews from several agencies responding. Minor damage was reported to 4 homes, but fortunately no injuries were reported. The cause of the fire remains under investigation. A new study shows the Wilmington area is tied with the Charlotte metro area for the highest percent of roads in poor condition in North Carolina. This means you're likely paying more to maintain your car as a result. A national transportation research nonprofit called TRIP conducted a study that found 16% of roads in the Wilmington area are in poor condition and 25% are mediocre. The study also found that only 37% of our roads are in good condition. TRIP Policy and Research Director Rocky Moretta says congestion on the roads is also costing Wilmington drivers hundreds of dollars in car maintenance.
The annual cost of traffic congestion to the average Wilmington area driver is $646 annually as a result of losing 26 hours stuck in traffic and wasting an additional 11 gallons of fuel.
The report also found 3% of bridges in the Wilmington area are in poor condition compared to 7% statewide. Wilmington Chamber of Commerce President and CEO Natalie English released a statement on the report saying in part, quote, "The Cape Fear Memorial Bridge is beyond its 50-year lifespan." She goes on to say that replacing the bridge is a top priority, and since it's not included in the current state transportation improvement program, additional funding must be identified to make the replacement happen. Last year, the NCDOT spent $371 million on bridge preservation, falling $39 million short of the $410 million recommended investment. In Bladen County, there was a groundbreaking today for the new community center in Elizabethtown. The 11,000 square foot building will be on Martin Luther King Drive and should be completed by next spring. The center will include indoor event space, a playground, and a multi-purpose playing surface. Funding for the project is coming from the Community Building Block Grant for Neighborhood Revitalization. Town Manager Dane Rideout says they wanted to use the money wisely.
We wanted to build a brand new brick and mortar facility that supported our predominantly African American historical neighborhood. This is huge inject into our community, and this community center is literally the anchor for that new development.
Another grant will be used to improve sidewalks and lighting in the area to make it safer and more pedestrian friendly. Well, the sky is the limit for students looking to get into aviation in Bladen County. The Curtis L. Brown Jr. Field is now offering pilot training classes as well as courses in general aircraft maintenance and repairs for middle and high school students. The CFO and Director of Operations for Sovereign Aerospace Bladen says they were able to make the additions thanks to a $3,000 state grant. He says the new offerings will help Bladen County expand its career training options.
Being able to change their economic family footprint to be able to create generational wealth that will take them, but also their next generation that they're creating, to carry them on to something that's more of a lifestyle, but also an economic throughput for their family for generations to come.
Curtis L. Brown Jr. Field is one of 10 airports that received an NCDOT grant to provide aviation and aerospace themed summer academies for middle and high school students. Well, looking for work, Brunswick Community College is hosting a job fair tomorrow. It will be held on campus at the Dinah E. Gore Sports and Aquatics Complex from 10:30 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon. The job fair will feature nearly 80 employers from Brunswick County and the surrounding area. Job seekers and employers can also participate in free workshops, and a professional photographer will be on hand to offer free headshots from 10:30 in the morning until 1 in the afternoon. Also happening tomorrow, the Opal Autism Centers will host a Spring Fun Fest. It's happening from 4:30 to 6:30 at the Opal Autism Centers on 503 Covell Avenue in Wilmington. The event is free and will feature a bounce house, food, crafts, face painting, and a play space and more. Up next on your news at 11, there are now 48 more hours on the clock as the High Court deliberates over the fate of mifepristone. And coaching kids with all abilities, how the UNCW men's soccer team hopes to use Harry's game to spread awareness and acceptance.
And it doesn't get much nicer than this. The place to be are the area beaches going into Thursday. We have full sunshine, low risk for any rip currents, a very high UV index, and look at this, 79 degrees the forecast high. Well into the 80s inland. We'll talk more about that and some rain for the weekend coming up.
Stella uses T-Mobile for her internet and mobile service. Abby has Spectrum One. What's the difference? With T-Mobile, Stella pays a lot more.
I do?
Her T-Mobile home internet costs $50 a month, and her mobile line costs $45 a month.
Plus monthly fees. Ouch.
Plus, Stella's T-Mobile home internet slows down at peak times. Abby gets fast and reliable internet that's there when she needs it most.
It's really fast.
Advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced privacy and security. And an unlimited mobile line with nationwide 5G. All for $49.99 a month. Go to Spectrum.com/save more to see how much you can save. Or call us and we'll do it for you. With Spectrum One, Abby is saving over $50 a month.
That's over $600 in savings. I'm switching to Spectrum.
Get Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and a free unlimited mobile line. Visit Spectrum.com/save more or call 833-718-4999 today.
Is your garage looking tired? Imagine going from cluttered to organized, from dirty and stained to durably clean. Imagine going from a dirty, messy space to a clean and organized garage with the Dream Garage transformation from Hello Garage, featuring premium floor coatings, storage, and more. Book your free estimate today.
Hello Garage.
It's the 2023 This Is the Place Viewers' Choice Awards, and Carpet Smart wants to make sure you vote for them for the Cape Fear's Best Flooring Carpet Rugs. Visit www.tv3.com/contests to vote today.
At Mattress and Furniture Liquidators, we have 40,000 square feet of new furniture ready to be sold. Buy it today, get it tomorrow. Check out our Google reviews and shop at mfl.com.
WWAY 3-Degree Guarantee, sponsored by Mattress and Furniture Liquidators. Now, here's Chief Meteorologist Lee Haywood with your Storm Track 3 forecast, brought to you by Atlantic Roofing Company.
Temperatures were as much as 11 degrees warmer than average today, and we were just a couple of degrees away from tying the daily record high. And this evening settling into a really nice pattern through the end of the week. This is a live shot looking down across the Cape Fear River into the city of Wilmington. We have clear skies that are in place, 69 degrees the current temperature. Notice dew point still relatively low, giving us a relative humidity value of 58%. Wind is out of the southwest at around 6 miles per hour. So we got to 87 degrees in Wilmington today. The humidity values were pretty low, so it felt a little bit like summer, but it just didn't have a lot of humidity in the air. 87 for the high, 57 this morning. Now, if you remember last night, 87 was your 3-degree forecast high, so we hit it on the nose. That is $20 more in for the Thalian Youth Theater program. We're up to $240 now, and look at this, 88 degrees heading into your Thursday, and we're going to likely have 80s on Friday as well. So a couple of more very warm days ahead, well above the average. Sunshine tomorrow and 88. Sunshine on Friday and 84. Saturday is going to be a changeable day because we're going to have a chance for showers and isolated thunderstorms, especially as we go into the afternoon and evening hours. 81 for the high, then a front passes by. We'll see the skies clear out as we go into Sunday and Monday, and temperatures dropping back below the average in the low 70s. We are 60s at this hour, 69 degrees in the Port City, 67 Elizabethtown. Good evening up in Columbus County. Whiteville, you're 65, and about 64 degrees in Southport. So we have clear skies thanks to high pressure, which is situated off the mid-Atlantic coast, also off the Georgia and Carolina coast. This is going to continue to move east over the next couple of days, and it is going to give us a warm south and southwesterly wind, so we'll have warm days, relatively mild nights, clear skies tonight, mid-50s to around 60 in terms of the average lows. 57 degrees tonight in Leland, 58 Topsail Beach, and about 60 in Carolina Beach. Just a wonderful day tomorrow, another day where it's just going to be way above average. Not going to quite get to the record high for the day. 91 is your record high tomorrow, but again, upper 80s, full sunshine throughout the day. I think it's going to be pretty tough to get much in the way of cloudiness at all tomorrow. Perhaps a few fair weather cumulus. That is going to be about it as we have sunshine in place. Now, these are the high temperature numbers. I've kept 90 out of most locations, but it would not surprise me one bit to see a couple of spots hit 90 tomorrow. 89 Elizabethtown and Leland, 88 for downtown the Wilmington area, 89 White Lake and Bolton. And as I mentioned, about 80 on the beaches. What a fantastic day out at Oak Island and Curie Beach. More sunshine for Friday, highs in the low to mid 80s. Now, the The clouds increase Friday night. Here comes the position of a front starting to work in on Saturday. Possibility for a couple of morning showers, better chance for showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon and evening. Those will move off the coast late Saturday night, and then I think we'll see some clearing skies develop on Sunday. Wet weather amounts maybe a half an inch to an inch. Severe weather threat looks very low, but nonetheless gusty winds will be possible on Saturday with any periods of showers that come in. 81 on Saturday, Jeff, 73 Sunday, and nice weather early next week with highs in the low 70s.
All right, so we need to stay weather aware, especially on Saturday.
Stay weather aware on Saturday. That's a good idea. And of course, always check that WWAY free Storm Track 3 weather app.
All right, thank you, Lee. The Supreme Court was expected to rule on the access to the abortion pill today, but they pushed the deadline by 48 hours. As Nicole Skanga reports, it will be the court's first major ruling on abortion since last year's historic decision to overturn Roe v. Wade.
The Supreme Court gave itself 2 more days to decide on a case that limits access to the abortion pill. 2 brief orders from Justice Samuel Alito keeps mifepristone available until at least Friday.
What it strongly suggests is that this is a divided opinion, and we don't know who the angry dissent is going to come from at this point.
The Biden administration and drug maker Danco Laboratories want the 9 justices to pause any restrictions while a lower court challenge continues. Earlier this month, Judge Matthew Kaczmarek, a Trump appointee, sided with a conservative legal group when he ruled that the FDA improperly approved the drug 23 years ago and revoked its authorization. An appeals court then said the judge went too far, but it did keep some limits, saying mifepristone could only be used for abortion up to 7 weeks, down from 10.
The stakes could not be higher, and we are going to continue to fight.
This will be the Supreme Court's first major action on abortion since it overturned Roe v. Wade last year.
We just think it's incredibly reckless.
The American Medical Association said the rulings undermine the FDA's scientific process.
To upend our entire drug approval system in this country and create chaos where we're going to have individual courts in states around the country basically undoing those decisions.
About half of all abortions in the U.S. are performed using mifepristone. Nicole Skanga, CBS News, the Supreme Court.
The medication is also commonly prescribed by doctors to treat miscarriages. Also in Washington today, the Senate upheld a new Veterans Affairs rule regarding abortion. Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville introduced a resolution to overturn a rule that ensures veterans can get abortions if the health or the life of the mother is in danger and when the pregnancy is a result of rape or incest. That resolution failed. If it had passed, President Joe Biden vowed to veto it. Democratic Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia joined Republicans in voting for the resolution. Republican Senators Susan Collins of Maine and Lisa Murkowski of Alaska voted against the resolution with the other Democrats. Up next, an 84-year-old accused of shooting a teenager who mistakenly went to his doorstep makes his first court appearance, how he pled to the charges. And later, police still searching tonight for a suspect after a 6-year-old and her parents were shot outside their North Carolina home.
Closed captioning brought to you by Ham Hearing Aid Center. Visit hamhearingaids.com.
Chevy Silverado and new Silverado HD. Choose your own path with the #1 best-selling retail full-size pickup and see where it takes you. Find new roads. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups or get $3,750 total value on a 2023 Silverado with a turbo high output engine. See your southeastern North Carolina Chevy dealers.
The one thing I really feel from our patients is that we offer some of the best urological care in the area.
We can really tailor each individual treatment to those individuals themselves so we can get them the best care possible, period.
We're able to get patients in very quickly, get them out of surgery very quickly with less complications through robotic surgeries, and this is a great service that we're very proud and happy to be able to provide the community.
Hey Mom, can I stay for dinner?
Come on in.
You always say the more the merrier. Your heart is just as big as their stomach. Your family always comes first. And with so many ways to save at Food Lion,
Can we keep him?
you can keep being you. You're always there for them, and we're always here for you. Food Lion, here for every moment.
Do you feel uneasy, irritable? Does your Spectrum bill make you anxious? You may be suffering from UPH, unexpected price hikes. It happened to me. And then I switched to T-Mobile and got 5G home internet for just $50 a month. Now I'm sleeping better, my skin is glowing, and my hair has never been so shiny. Most importantly, T-Mobile has price lock guarantee. They will never raise your internet rate, ever. Switch to T-Mobile home internet. It worked for me. And just look at that shine. Wait, what has the internet got to do with my hair?
The 84-year-old white man who shot Ralph Yarl, a black teenager in Kansas City, pleaded not guilty in his first court appearance today. Yarl mistakenly went to Lester's door looking for his younger brothers. Lester walked in with a cane in court as he answered charges of first-degree assault and armed criminal action in the shooting, which has renewed national debate about gun policies. Andrew Lester remains free after posting 10% of his $200,000 bond. The bond agreement requires him to relinquish any weapons and to have no contact with Yarl or his family. Back in North Carolina, police in Gaston County are looking for a gunman after a 6-year-old girl and her parents were shot last night. Ken Lemon spoke with the child today about what happened.
It is all unbelievable to the youngest victim.
We don't even know the man.
Kinsley White talked to me while holding her grandfather's hand with sadness in her eyes, stitches from bullet fragments in her cheek, and a daunting question on her mind.
Why did you shoot my daddy and me? Tried to shoot a kid's dad.
Yes.
Kinsley's mother told me she was outside too and heard Robert Singletary say this.
Looked at my husband and my daughter and told them, I'm going to kill you.
Ashley Hildebrand said Singletary chased them while shooting. She said her husband, William White, tried to draw gunfire towards him and away from the children. He was shot in the back in his front yard. Hildebrand said Singletary kept shooting, missing repeatedly until he was out of bullets. A shot grazed her too.
I believe he would have got me and my husband too.
Really?
He just wasn't out of bullets.
Our cameras were there today as police performed a tactical search of Singletary's home. They also went door to door in the community asking if neighbors had seen him.
Use all the resources we can.
U.S. Marshals are joining in the search. Singletary faces 4 counts of attempted murder, but prosecutors could file more charges because of shots fired into neighbors' homes.
We'll be damn sure to be loud and clear when this case comes to court, and the people of Gaston County will see and hear our commitment to that prosecution.
Neighbors say Singletary was new to the area and often threatened children in the neighborhood. He was already out on bond after reportedly attacking a woman with a sledgehammer.
Just please turn yourself in. I mean, there was no sense in what you did.
That was Ken Lemon reporting. Family members say William White has a damaged liver, but he is expected to come home soon. Attorney General Josh Stein held a ribbon cutting today for the renovated drug, chemistry, and toxicology sections of the State Crime Lab's Raleigh location. These sections test evidence, blood, and urine for drugs and alcohol. They tested 3/4 of all the evidence submitted to the State Crime Lab in the past fiscal year. The renovation of the lab's 4th floor began in 2021, completely gutting 19,000 square feet and replacing the roof. The section now holds about 40 staff and has grown room for growth as caseloads continue to increase. Sports is next on WWAY News at 11. The UNCW men's soccer team is preparing for their annual Harry's Game fundraiser.
Brand new show at the Alabama Theater.
Local special, buy one, get one free at the Alabama Theater.
Iconic.
Get back healthier and stronger than ever. Get back in the game. Get Carolina Care. Call or visit getcarolinacare.com for proven sports medicine care.
Sight from every angle. 360 virtual camera in the Audi Q7. Get exceptional offers at your local Audi dealer.
Hey, what's with the Kung Pao?
I'm stockpiling lucky numbers, get more pick 3 and pick 4 wins.
You should just play Fireball. When you added the pick 3 or pick 4, you get an extra draw number for more combinations to match and win.
Oh.
Serving size 1 cookie.
I think that one's a typo.
Make your own luck with Fireball, the hot new add-on with more combinations to match and win.
Get 3.44% APR for 36 months plus $1,500 purchase allowance on an XT5 and XT6 when you finance through GM Financial. Come visit Flo Cadillac Wilmington today.
Power into spring with a Yamaha outboard engine and Sportsman's Choice Marine.
WWAY Sports brought to you by Hughes Brothers Tire and Auto.
We start sports on the soccer pitch. UNCW men's soccer is one of its special events. Saturday, the 9th annual Harry's Game. It's meant to raise awareness and acceptance for children with autism. Last year's game had over 100 kids of all abilities show up. Coach Aiden Heaney says the growth of the event has been inspiring.
Seeing what it's done for our players and how they've approached it and how they've embraced it as well, I think our players get out of it just as much as the kids.
Just the aura of being out there with everybody watching and kind of being together as a team was incredible and something I'm really, really looking forward to this coming year.
The game is named after him, but Harry's father says this game is for everyone.
We're just excited to get those kids out there and with other typical kids and again, just preach that inclusiveness.
Harry's Game has grown a lot in 9 years. In 2022, over 100 kids participated in the camp. It's also now a fundraiser with $10,000 going to local charities like New Hanover County Special Olympics and Coastal Buds. For senior midfielder Colton Pleasance, this is only his second experience with Harry's Game because of the pandemic.
We've heard so much about it, how much it meant to the community and how much it meant to the guys. This is such a big part of what we are as UNCW, as a team, as a community, and accepting everyone, no matter who you are, where you come from, what you look like. Everybody's accepted here and we all love you here.
The game is at 6 p.m., camp is at 4, and again, it is open to everyone who wants to attend. Former UNCW big man Amari Kelly announced his new destination for his last year of his college eligibility. He will be at George Mason University. He picked the Patriots over schools like San Diego State, UNC Greensboro, and CAA rival Hofstra. The big fella said he had a lasting relationship with their head coach, Tony Skinn. Kelly averaged 7.8 points and 5.5 rebounds last season for the Seahawks. And one Wilmingtonian reflected on his Boston Marathon experience with us. Todd Rodzik ran this year and also when the attack happened 10 years ago. Todd Rodzik completed his 4th Boston Marathon, 22 of them in total, with a time of 3 hours and 56 minutes. He admits it wasn't his top performance. He actually was about 30 minutes faster last year, but says this year was special. He spoke with a runner who had just crossed the finish line minutes before the bomb went off in 2013. Of all the places Rodzik has ran, he says Boston is the best and hopes he can do it again.
That last half mile, that brought back some memories because I think 10 years ago that was going through my mind. I just could imagine myself back then being one of those, poor people who were there when the bombs went off and got injured or worse. And it was an emotional time coming down that stretch, but overall a very happy experience.